Thin palatal bone. How to perform skeletal expansion? Let's first look at this case. The two anterior mini screws in the palate are approximately 2 mm in thickness, while the posterior mini screws are about 1 mm to 1.5 mm in thickness, extremely thin. 4. Skeletal expansion. The load-bearing range of the mini screws enveloped by the bone is very limited. To address this issue, let's first examine a publication co-authored by MSE inventor Professor Moon and other experts. Using digital methods to design and fabricate MSE expanders on thinner bone. This involves digital design via CAM to create 6 mini screws. Specifically in cases where the bone thickness is less than 2.5 mm. There are 2 cases, and the process involves welding prefabricated parts produced through laser additive manufacturing to the MSE. Let's first look at case 1, which features mild class 3 malocclusion and moderate maxillary crowding. Let's examine its CBCT. Similarly, the bone thickness on both the left and right sides is extremely thin. The authors added 2 bushings on the palatal side for placing anchorage mini screws to enhance the overall stability of the device in the force application points. The 2 palatal side anchorage mini screws are positioned between the first molar and the second premolar. The final device looks like this. Bands along with additional palatal side bushings. Such prefabricated parts are produced by laser printing and welded to the MSE. Okay, let's continue. Below is the intraoral installation image. Ligature wires were used to tie and stabilize the mini screws to prevent dislodgement, while resin was applied to seal the bushings to prevent exposure of the ligature wires, and to further enhance the stability of the mini screws. Below is the postoperative photo. We can see that the effect is very pronounced, and the expansion distance achieved is quite ideal in situations like this with thinner bone. The resistance encountered during MSE expansion is relatively lower, so the difficulty of opening the suture is not significant. The key lies in ensuring that the anchorage mini screws have stable and sufficient retention conditions. When these conditions are inadequate, increasing the number of anchorage mini screws can help disperse the stress at each force application point, thereby improving stability. Concurrently with the expansion, anterior traction was also performed to address the class 3 issue. A lingual arch with traction hooks was placed in the mandible to facilitate molar distalization, and the backward movement of the premolars could also contribute to some class 3 intramaxillary traction. For the anterior diastema, closure was achieved using sectional arches.